stabilizer there.
Vertical stabilizer.
And then this is the... So I already taught aerospace engineering here, and I was already a private pilot and really enjoyed the field of aviation. It's something I really wanted to get our students more involved in. I really tried to promote that at the district and get that started.
We started it during COVID, and so this is year 3. So it basically took about 2.5 years to complete.
When the first plane came in, it was during COVID, so it's kind of a rough time to start something like this, a big project. We started getting these massive crates, came in off an 18-wheeler. The biggest hurdle to begin with was to inventory all the parts.
Just when they first said 30,000 parts coming in, that part seemed overwhelming. Having the amount of students we do in classes moving in and out, that was a big thing we had to change as a department, is just securing an area that's like just for this, because they work on it every single day. So we can't just put it all up. For the kids, it's been good because they're more responsible about where something is, what they can use, what they can't.
I honestly had no clue what I was going into. I found out the day I entered the classroom. You're building a plane. And to me, that was very interesting and something I was going to look forward to.
So the kids build a whole systems where it's searchable. They can go on a spreadsheet, they can find any part in that storage area, this one over here. If you count every single rivet, it's about 30,000 pieces.
Tim Graspin. I'm an airline pilot with United, currently captain on a 737. I learned about the program 3 years ago now at a Experimental Aircraft Association meeting where George showed up looking for volunteers. I currently was involved in my own project and saw this as an opportunity to share my skills that I've developed over years with people who didn't have any.
I'm a mentor for them. I'm a retired aircraft mechanic, and I work for Continental, United for over 30 years. I'm a private pilot, so I like to pass my knowledge on. Right now there's a lot of shortage for mechanics, so we encourage, and pilots too, so encouraging these kids to get into aviation is what I'm doing.
We were hoping just to kind of let them see another job that a lot of our students that are low income may not have known existed or known a pilot. If you ask them, how many pilots do you know? A lot of them aren't going to know any pilots. So now, them being able to work with the mentors and just get that every day of being able to ask questions and realize that this is something within their reach. What we're working on now is trying to get scholarships so that those ones that want to and can't financially do it are going to have that opportunity.
So the first year we pretty much built the entire airframe. Oh, it's just amazing to see what these kids can accomplish and see the hands-on experiences that this project offers them, and to see how we went from the Wright brothers back in 1903, 117 years later, we have these high school students that they're building their own plane. They get to see everything that entails, and then they will get to fly in this thing eventually. The instructions are big key. The plane we're building probably has some of the best instructions there is, but it's still confusing at times. It's a really good skill for them to understand how important it is. So read those instructions, don't miss anything, step by step, take your time, mark everything off, and then go back again. We're real big about color coding everything. We mark everything with Sharpies. So we have all different color Sharpies. We write everything on the plane, exactly what we want to do and where we're going to do it.
There's stuff that the book just doesn't tell you how to do it. And like with the mentors helping out, it makes it a lot easier and you actually learn more stuff too. I did like rudder link cables, I did some of the wiring and whatnot. I just did a lot of the extra jobs that they needed for it, and then a lot of the assembling stuff.
So that was the beginning, and then we just went step by step. I mean, it's a big project, so you just do every little piece at a time.
There's some steps in there that are just like, they feel impossible, but kind of grit your teeth, get through it, and it pays off in the end.
The engine itself was built, we were just adding pipes and tubes and bolts and just putting everything together. It's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of bolts that are in really weird places. My hands are too big. Gotta really get in there and turn it. My hands are just way too big. Same thing with my brother. I plan on working with my dad in the engineering field. I learned to read the instructions. There's a lot of things you gotta like reread, make sure. It's kind of difficult in a way because you gotta make it perfect. Otherwise the plane won't work.
The second year is when we start installing different systems in there. That's when we get the fuel system or the brake system, start with some of the flight control systems like that.
I thought it was like something complex. It was really like hands-on almost every day. They put me in a class called Aerospace Engineering. We flew like this little simulation, and that was pretty fun. And that's what got me into this. You really have to make the plane like 5 times, take it apart, and put it back together in order to really have it good. I want to become an aerospace engineer or get my pilot's license.
In this first semester, we got to put in the avionics, tie all the systems together, finally start testing it as a full plane, and then make the big move back in January up to the airport so we could get it in the hangar.
Now that they've done it, I think it opens their minds to thinking they can do any of these types of things. It looks hard, but at the end of the day, it's just bits and pieces put together and you get something big at the end. They just take that kind of information with them through life and they want to get involved in some kind of other project. They know they can do it.
Just knowing all the kids, the mentors, George, knowing everyone involved, it was just really exciting to see like it all come together, it all work well. Individual students can point out, oh, this was what I did, this is what I did.
I will fly today. I'm really nervous. I'm scared of heights. I'm really excited though.
So that's kind of the whole building process. Once that was done, we finally could take the kids on the ride. So last week we took them up and they all got to fly in the plane they built, which was a great experience.
A lot of fun. Like I had the adrenaline pumping a little bit when we first started going around to the runway. We started taking off and I couldn't tell we were off the ground. We started going up and then we took our little turn and then he let me control it a little bit. And that was pretty fun. Once you're off the ground, like all the fear kind of just left me.
A lot of the kids, they really enjoyed this over the years. And one of the things I think is just inspiring for them. They realize that it seems like such a big thing, and how could you ever do it? And so it really shows them that they're capable of all these, they have these skills that they didn't know that they had, and that they're capable of working through this whole project and really producing something. And there's just tons of real world skills they can apply to almost any aspect of life, even if they don't go into aviation.